Alright, now it's time to look at a pistol that's actually worth using. Well, not this. This, although you may remember when I did this, which was the NF Strike version of a Chrono mag, which was, it's okay. Didn't exactly hit the numbers that I was expecting, even though I used like pretty crazy spring loads, and I kind of figured that was because of things like the seal and the breech and stuff. It's a pretty simple, crudely made cut down kit, and I mean, it was okay, but it could have been a heck of a lot better, and it was really hard to kind of cut this out. It was a lot more finicky than it needs to be, and that's where this comes in, because I have a new kit from NERF EZE. Ezekiel has made an absolutely incredible looking kit for the good old Kronos here that does the same thing, except for I already know for a fact the one Chris Cartea got, he's made hit over 300 FPS, but that's with a much longer barrel and stuff like that, but we should still get some pretty good performance out of this with this beautiful 18 kilogram spring. This does not come with the kit. I bought this off Foam Blast, but everything else you see here, the T-pull, the barrel, all this stuff, is all in the kit that you can buy off NERF EZE's Etsy, and it comes in a little Japanese Tupperware container here, which I will save for later use. And most importantly, this comes with a cutting guide. So this should be a far, far better install. Hopefully, anyway. I really hope we can hit like 250 FPS with this thing. Let's find out! First things first, print quality, absolutely amazing. This feels, I'm a little worried about the rigidity of that, but it feels pretty darn good. It's extremely well designed up here. The front, almost like way too well designed. The barrel came already pre-installed into this thing. It's even sealed right there. I have a feeling this is gonna get a very good seal. Apparently these barrels are done by Monkey Mods. I mean, I have one of their barrels in the Red Longshot. It's pretty darn good, so yeah. This is, of course, a worker T-pull from, I believe he sourced this from Foam Focus. So never mind, Foam Focus was the one who initially did the T-pull, and then worker contacted them to kind of mass produce it. I remember that now, okay. So the Foam Focus worker T-pull here, very, very important, kind of the best pullback you could have for a Kronos. This, of course, again, did not come with the kit, but I bought this off Foam Blast, and this is an 18 kilogram spring for the Kronos. It's beefy, and then this beautiful, beautiful pusher right here, which will slot just into the front of the plunger tube, and another Kronos that I got from my friend Jaxmay, also known as Zach. So we should have everything here besides, you know, cutting tools and screwdrivers to get this up and running. So we're gonna tear apart a Kronos. Oh, never change, Kronos, never change. Why did this all pop out the back? That's a little bit of a problem. Okay, well, we've got to remove all this. Here's the original spring. Take that. We're removing this. This entire system right here can go because we're not going to be using any of that. We are, however, going to be pushing this into here, which makes up the first part of our seal. So that is the pusher, and that will, of course, help push a dart and seal that into the actual barrel. Then we've got this thing right here, which will fit in there. This is gonna do is it's gonna seal up like that. You're gonna prime the blaster back. Of course, that's going to index a dart up and then push it in there. This is going to stop the darts from going all the way out of it. So if we grab ourselves a Talon mag, maybe? Yeah, it works with both Talons and Katanas, good. Just like that. And of course we'll have a barrel up here, so that will push right into that. And this entire system should be pretty much airtight. So we're gonna put a finger over that and blow into this. Yeah, that's 100% air seal. Sweet. So I already have high hopes for this. So that's how the actual internals all go in. Now we have to actually cut and put the pieces in the blaster. And to do that, we're going to be putting the shell back together here. We are going to go ahead and secure one of these screws here so it's nice and tight. And then we're going to take our guide piece. And you can see right here it's got some little pieces that you can bend. And then those are going to go right there. And then this little notch right here is going to go up with the seam line. And you're gonna mark this out because that is where you're going to cut to perfectly fit all this stuff together. Something kind of like that anyway. And make sure the things look good. That looks just about even. So in his video, he used a heated up knife. I don't have access to anything like that, so I'm just gonna have to make some cuts with the Dremel and probably have to hand polish everything else. So hopefully this turns out okay. Now we'll take our trusty side cutters and try to make some really close cuts. There we go. When I put the screws in it, that's going to clamp right together. But that was relatively painless and enjoyable, and I shouldn't have to worry about anything being too far up or misaligned or anything like that, because this is all pretty much self-contained. But yeah, it was just a little bit of cutting, sanding, and filing away to get it to fit on there, and it covers up most of my cuts. I got a little too egregious right there. That'll show up if you're looking close, but really nicely designed so far. So now, should be as easy as just fitting things into the shell. Man, he thought of everything. This fits in exactly where it needs to go. Perfect. I can't even imagine having to model that. Ezekiel, wow. That is, that is a lot of work, my friend. So we're gonna put that in there, make sure it fits in there with just like that. Oh, I am super stoked about this one. I do probably have to get a longer barrel at some point. Now we're going to grab this. That'll fit in just like that. So that's pretty much good to go, actually. So it's clearly our 18 kilogram spring. Plunger rod here. But basically from here, it's just installing the T-pole, which is just some really, really minor cuts. Putting the blaster back together, we should be perfectly good to go. I am very impressed with this kit so far, and I'm quite excited to see what kind of damage it can do. Perfect. All right, let's get this bad boy back together and see what it can do. I was getting some pretty bad shots with worker darts, so I switched down to cut down Adventure Force waffles, and that was my first shot. That might be a fluke, but that dart just flew so far. I'm gonna try one more. Alright, well, that one was clearly one that the glue was the problem. Please give me another one of those huge shots. Okay, that was 144. There's no way that was a fluke. That dart went flying. Come on. That one didn't even come out. Oh, that one totally folded. Getting Adventure Force waffles to fly out of some of these barrels can be a pain, but every once in a while. There's 156, last dart. 199, so I'm gonna do some more shots and we'll come down to a conclusion. Boy, oh boy. This is a pretty incredible kit. It does work with both katanas and talon mags, and it frickin' hits really hard, and it's also customizable after the fact. So, I did get that one 250 shot, and I do believe that shot was legit, because that thing hit my pegboard and bounced all the way back to the other side of the garage. But I couldn't get another shot like that after the fact, and I think my barrel is pretty messed up now. I don't have a board to clean this right now, but yeah, there's some foam in there that's built up that's probably slowing down my dart some. But even if I wanted like a longer barrel, which with something like this I probably would, it's really easy to just back out the screws, swap out the barrel for another one, and Monkey Mods sells a lot of barrels that will work with this exact kit, and it was relatively painless to put together, mostly because it included a cutting guide, which is really important, and all the pieces are meant to fit in the right place. I can't imagine how long it took to design all those pieces to fit where they would, but it is absolutely rock solid, way easier to install. This seal is incredible. Honestly, I don't know how much more I could give props to this blaster kit right here. This is insane. This is absolutely... Oh, my barrel's actually loose, too. That might have something to do with my performance going down. And yet I was still getting that 100% seal. Incredible. I highly recommend this. It's a little more expensive than the one I looked at last time, but it's a heck of a lot better, especially with how this works with fitting right into the curves of the blasters and looking nice. You can get it printed in a variety of colors. I chose pink and white because I like pink and white. I'm a little worried about this breaking if you hit it on something just wrong, because that's just what looks to be 3D print. I'm a little worried about that, so be a little careful, but it's an insanely lightweight pistol. Insanely lightweight, that can hit insanely hard. Like I said, Chris Cartea with a much longer barrel, probably a different spring load. I'm not sure if he used an 18 kilogram worker spring or not with his waxing of the barrels and stuff like that. He was hitting over 300. And I got one to hit 250 in like the absolute perfect circumstances. Most of the time it hits around anywhere from 160 to 200. Kind of depends on the dart. This is very, very apparent on what dart it wants to use, but I love this thing. This is what I wanted my Kronos to do. It's far better than the other one. There's a lot of potential in here. I'll probably have to get a different barrel for it, paint it up, but the Kronos is a very comfy pistol. I don't really like Rival, but this is so much better. I can highly recommend, if you're looking for one of those insane, absolutely insane NIC level pistols to shoot short darts and take magazines and absolutely destroy people, I think this is an easy choice. You got a $25 Kronos, you've got the $50-something kit from Ezekiel, you can get a much longer barrel for about 10-15 bucks off Monkey Mods, or make one yourself if you so choose. And the spring is like $7. I bought mine from foamblast.com. I'll have a link to all these places down into the description below, but this is a really good one. This is exactly what I expected from a Kronos kit, which I was a little let down by the other one, and it's funny because this one's easier to prime, hits harder, is far more efficient. I can't praise this blaster enough now. Thank you, Ezekiel. I highly recommend you guys check this out, especially if you have a Kronos that's just kicking around and you want to put a little bit of money into it to make it an absolute monster. We're talking, this is like long shot levels of performance. It's not pump action. That might be something that people want to look into making for the Kronos, a pump action barrel for it. Maybe that's possible, but even with just the back pull, like that's relatively quick to do. I'm blown away. Absolutely. That's insane. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm, of course, Walcom S7, and I do hope to see you in a completely different one. This was a ton of fun.
You gotta